All right, let's move on. Last game of the round. We are dragging here. Third Sunday game at the Adelaide Oval because Port need to have an Anzac Day game too. You know, we can't just let other people have all the fun. So it's Port Adelaide Power versus the Kilda Saints. I'm going to kick this one off very quickly. Just bump the lights. Whoops, doing it again. Desmond, I've got an all-black Sketcher sneaker here. It's a size, I don't know, let's say 14. Indicating that it is, of course, my shoe-in of the week. Indeed, it's Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide's my shoe-in.
The head was ready. That's what I'm doing. I'm not.
Oh, you mean for me to? No, I don't want to clown Desmond.
The hat was off.
No, you've been all right today.
You've been all right today.
Hat.
A little triple way's done you good. Look, Port's been flogged.
I'm going to stop you there.
Hit me, go.
Because
Go. Oh, we have a shoe lock off.
It's also time for Sensible Dan's lock of the week. Port 40 plus. I think they're going to give.
Oh no, I saw it. That's why I went like this.
I think they're going to give the Saints an absolute paddling.
So do I.
Again.
Of titanic proportions.
Yeah, I think it's going down big time.
Look at this rubbish here. Yep. Port 40 plus. You know what that means?
3 words. Port 40 plus, baby.
Do you know what that means?
I only wrote 3 words about this game.
It's CS time.
Let's all say it to the mics together. Consensual consensus.
Ooh, that
yes.
sounded good.
I'm going to sleep to that on 10 hours on loop.
That was like when all the kids in Captain. That was like when all the kids in Captain Planet just put the rings together and summoned the mulleted man of mystery.
Absolutely.
Just a shield.
Yeah. Absolutely. The Hounds of Justice, mate.
Look, no, in all seriousness, let's belt through. Port has been flogged by injury at the minute. We know that. They're still playing elite football.
Flogged by injury, but they've got depth.
For days they do. And bless up to...
again, we said it before, the fact you can have Tom Rockcliffe running around in the SANFL getting 45 disposals already around the weekend and just, you don't even need him. That's madness.
Hurts me.
Surplus to requirements. And bless up to young Jackson Mead in hospital at the minute with a burst spleen, I think it is. No good.
That's tough. I did not know that.
That's a weird one, that. But look, playing at home, it'll be full house, and you know full well if the G gets 100,000, Adelaide Oval's going to have a full 50. That's going to be magic for them. Saints mentally been shot. I think they're going to turn up to Adelaide thinking they're beat before they start because Port at home, yuck. Jack Steele's doing wonders in the middle. So Brad Crouch. Brad Crouch has been good for him, but that whole middle tier of blokes named Jack is just not doing enough for the Saints at the moment.
And I don't want to keep heaping on him.
No.
But how does Brad Hill rock up every week and show his face at the club? 10 disposals.
900 grand.
You are kidding yourself.
I never thought he was good.
It doesn't cost anything to put effort in. You could at least try and tackle. Show some defensive aptitude.
Fake it till you make it.
And even
get a finger on.
Yeah, I think it was last week. I meant to mention it last week, but Jonathan Brown was getting stuck in on the couch saying, I can't believe people saying Brad Hill should be doing the defensive side of the game. Like, what do you mean they shouldn't be doing that? Every player should be doing as much as they can to get your team over the line. That's why Richmond is so good. No players take any time off during a game.
Is Brownie on meth in season 2021?
Absolutely.
For a man that I respect, he makes horrible calls.
They just brought him in for the silk and the class, but you can still do the other stuff. That's why, like I said, that's why Richmond is so good. You got someone like Shai Bolton, that's silk, that is class.
2 ways.
But he's tackling. He's running defensively. That everyone does everything. That's what good teams do.
2 ways.
And that's why St Kilda are shite.
Also, that aside, even if Saints were playing at the top of their powers right now, I would say Port are going to win this. It's a short back line for the Saints, playing against 3 big, tall, strong men at Port Adelaide. Is that a long-term forward line strategy for Port? Not quite sure. I think they're still chopping and changing to see.
You love this. I just got a quick one for you.
Hit me.
So there was an article on Fox Footy the other day about the young brigade learning from true greatness. Logan McDonald learning off Lance Franklin. Oscar Allen learning off Josh Kennedy. Okay. Mitch Georgiades learning off Charlie Dixon.
Mitch has kicked more goals in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
True greatness, Charlie Dixon. I didn't realise a mediocre giant man was true greatness in the AFL.
I didn't realise being a downhill skier who beats up on baby-ass teams as being a true greatness. But there you go. Although you can't tell me that 80% of players in the AFL don't listen to this show. We slagged off Dixon. We said last week, 9 consecutive quarters, no goals. He had 2 goals, 1 last week.
True greatness.
What was? There was a big PM made on that Port game. What was the PM? Dixon was going to kick 2.
Oh yeah,
Dixon. I don't really like Port at all, to be honest. I bet on Port and they won me a lot of money. So
you got to like them a bit.
It goes from 0.5% like to maybe 0.7. Dixon played well. And he was going to always play well because
the true greats do, mate. That's what they do.
Because he can bully on the little fellas.
Yep, no, ruined a really world-beating Carlton team there. Good on you.
Look, best bets. All right.
Nice.
Aliir 15 plus, $1.62. Been playing elite football.
I saw that too. That's a heck of
elite football.
Really? That's a good odds.
Bloody good odds.
Just a big value. I like Callum Wilkie 15 plus, $2.10. Jimmy Webster out. There's a few disposals to go around, so why not him? And Connor Rozee for a goal, $1.40.
Nicely done. Robbie Gray, anytime goal. Dan Butler, anytime goal. Jack Steele, anytime goal. Jack Steele, 25 touches. Carl Amon, 20 touches. Aliir 15 touches. $10. All up.
Love it.
I love that Aliir. That might be my favourite bet of the round.
That's a rip and bet, that.
That's very good.
That's a rip and bet. Speaking of bets, Safety Steve. Dan, you've been in touch with the great man this week.
Yep.
And Steve, how did he go last week? So Safety Steve, for those that don't know, gave us $500 at the start of the season to roll on an accumulating bet. He gave us one bet each week. That was a nice, safe little bet. Fell over about 2 weeks ago. He gave us some more money to put on to another bet to build the bank back up. But Dan, you've been in touch. What's going on?
He rang me, actually. He gave me a call, and I picked up and said, hey, mate, how are you? And he said, is this Beyond Blue? I said, mate, this is Sensible Dan. And he said, I've rung the wrong number and hung up on me. That bet went down in flames.
What was it? It was
Ed Langdon, 20 plus disposals. Ed had 17.
Ooh.
Now, we all liked that last week, and it fell to tatters. So after careful deliberation and only eating oxygen for dinner this week, Steve's decided that he's not sending anything in and he's going to recoup and go again next week.
Taking a pause for the cause. No, we love that.
That's responsible gambling. That's what
it is responsible.
That's what we always preach here.
When responsible means sensible.
Yeah, we usually go responsible where you still have money to feed yourself, but whatever works for you.
No, look, we always say on this show, you take all of these bets at your own risk. This is not financial advice, etc., etc. So don't add us if they go belly up. But, fellas, that brings us to the end of what's been an excellent Round 6 show. For anyone listening on the podcast or anyone watching on YouTube that wants to get in touch with us and see a bit more in the way of content throughout the week, Dan, how do they do that?
You go to YouTube, which is our primary port of call now. Go to YouTube and watch our videos, Armchair Advisors. You can always catch us on Facebook, obviously Armchair Advisors, and also Instagram and Twitter, which is at ArmchairAD. Do
you appreciate my why?
No.
Why? I was thinking, how could I do a Y?
YT.
For the YouTube.
Okay.
YT.
Brilliant. It's like interpretive dance.
Gang signs.
We're going to put Des to bed. And in the meantime, punters, we will see you next week for round 7. Thanks very much. Take it easy.